Parker Probe's mission to touch the surface of the Sun may have lifted off in 2018, but the journey goes as far back as 2011. And here is the highlight reel of some of the most spectacular observations over the past 11 years. On June the 7th, 2011, SDO spotted a huge eruption of plasma on the Sun. This was the first time such a large event had been captured in such fine detail. 2 months later, on August the 9th, SDO saw one of the most powerful flares of this solar cycle. On the 15th, Comet Lovejoy seemed to survive a close pass of the Sun, but broke apart a few days later. Venus transited the face of the Sun, an event so rare it won't happen again until 2117. In July, rapid imaging captured a beautiful solar loop, where hot plasma condensed out of the atmosphere and stuck to the strong magnetic fields pushing through the surface. On August the 31st, the Sun had a huge and beautiful prominence eruption that instantly became iconic. In early 2013, audio imagery helped astronomers see the early formation of a coronal mass ejection and the reconnection event that results in solar flares. The Sun was very active in September and October 1st, forming what almost looked like a kidney. The Sun remained active in 2014 with many beautiful prominent eruptions and bright flares. On December the 19th, the Sun put on its final light show of the year. 2015 marked the beginning of the decrease in the cycle, with fewer flares and eruptions. On May the 10th, 2016, SDO saw another transit, this time from Mercury, which looked much smaller because not only is the planet smaller than Venus, it's also farther away from Earth. The solar cycle had its last gasp of activity in 2017. In July, a large sunspot made its way across the face as the Sun rotated. Then, in September, a final burst of flare activity, including the strongest flares since 2001, exploded off the Sun. Since this activity, the Sun has been pretty quiet, sinking into the lowest point of the solar activity cycle. Scientists were able to go back through old data and discover a new kind of explosion called forced magnetic reconnection. On November the 11th, 2019, Mercury transited across the Sun again, this time with a much more sedated backdrop. The Sun has a cycle of activity lasting an average of 11 years, called a solar cycle. Up next, we look at 5 new discoveries made by the Parker Probe mission.
لا الشمس ينبغي لها